What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over and ranking all of our GOAT and Invincible cards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, why am I including them on this same tier? People might ask that. Well, we don't have that many GOAT cards, right? And so, I feel like to make this list realistic, we need to include GOAT and Invincible cards. Honestly, yeah, look, GOAT cards, and this is going to sound crazy, but they're not that much more expensive than the Invincibles. Like, if you look at D-Rob and a guy like, you know, even the MJ, the two sellables that we have, obviously not Kareem. Kareem was crazy expensive. But if you look at them, they're not crazy expensive compared to some of these other guys. We're going to start with GOAT Tatum. Now, at the end of the day, GOAT Tatum is not a bad card. But when you're ranking GOAT and Invincibles, it's going to be tough for somebody to be a high tier. It's just the way it is, right? You're ranking the best of the best. A lot of these cards are going to be good, but compared to the other GOAT and Invincible cards, they're just simply not that great, right? And so that's kind of how I feel about GOAT Tatum. The card's good, but he's not great compared to these other guys. Kevin Durant, A tier. Probably right now your best shooting guard still in the game. Like, if you got Kevin Durant, I'm sorry, because you spent a ridiculous amount on the card. But at the end of the day, at least you got a card that is going, to play for a very long time. Or that has played a very long time, I should say, right? Like, if you got KD, you got a card that's been, the best shooting guard in the game for the last, couple of months? Like, I don't remember exactly when he came out, but probably for the last couple of months has been, one of those at least top shooting guards in the game. So, really do like KD. I think, obviously he's a really solid card, has a lot going for him. And if you got him, you got your, I don't want to say money's worth because you didn't, but you got a really good card. Invincible Giannis, S tier. When it comes down to Invincibles, there's not many better than Giannis Antetokounmpo in this game. It's really that simple, that easy to understand. Giannis comes with that Jarrett Culver release on very quick. Incredibly good, right? He can play that small forward position, which the 100 overall obviously can't. Giannis is S tier. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is one of my favorite, not even favorite because I can't get him. He's too, I guess I could get him, but he's just really expensive. But one of the most annoying cards to play on this game. Like, he is ridiculously good, and if you haven't got the chance to use Giannis, hopefully you haven't played versus him a ton because the card is so good on this game. I'm just being honest. The card is ridiculous. Giannis, S tier. Next up, Dr. J. A card that's good, but he's not as good as KD. Like, he is obviously good. I'm not going to hate on Dr. J, but he's not as good as KD. To me, he's just a fine card, B tier. He might even go down to C tier. Like, Dr. J is good, but again, we're ranking Invincible and GOAT cards. Like, a card being good at this stage isn't really saying that much, right? It's just not. B tier for Dr. J. Invincible Victor Wembanyama, S tier, one of your best overall cards in the game. I think he is the best overall card in the game. And maybe I'm gassing Wemby too much, but if you're not going S tier with Wemby, I just think simply put, you're wrong. Nikola Jokic up next. A tier probably, 6'11" point guard. Again, similar to KD, was not worth you guys getting, but if you got Jokic, you got one of the best point guards in the game. I used to say, like, Ben Simmons was just as good as Jokic. That's not the case. Jokic is ridiculously good, A tier. Jimmy Butler, fine. I think I got to go B tier. Eventually, I'm going to have to move some guys down. It is what it is. Bron, this is tough because I think Bron's got to go A tier too. Bron is really good, but he's not. I think I got to go A tier. I think that's where he belongs. Paul George, C tier probably. Like, I'm going to put Paul George D tier, and I'm going to move Dr. J down. I think this is how I like it right now. I don't know. Dr. J's fine, but it's just like compared to KD, he's not that good. Like, at the end of the day, Paul George for a free card's good, but he's not to the level of Jimmy Dr. J. He's not to the level of Bron, and I like where this tier list is going. Invincible Shaq up next is elite. I think he's only A tier, though. I like Shaq because of his player model player build. It's elite. He's got, obviously Invincible Shaq's going to have that pro too. Like, Shaq has so much going for him. I think A tier is the right spot for Shaquille O'Neal. If you want to go higher with Shaq, go ahead. By all means, I'm not going to be opposed to it. But I do think A tier is ultimately that right tier for Shaq in my team. A really good card. Even the 100 overall Shaq is incredibly good. But I do think Invincible Shaq does belong in there at that A tier. Next up, we see Invincible LaMelo. I feel like every time I play LaMelo, he is so good. But how good can you, or how high can you go on a card when there's just other point guards like Bron, like Jokic? I think Bron and Jokic are better simply put because they're taller, but some people do prefer LaMelo. And if you prefer LaMelo, I can't even sit up here and tell you you're wrong. And so it's just kind of a tough predicament because I think LaMelo's incredible, but there are other cards on this list that I just, like slightly more in Bron and Jokic. Gary Payton, the glove, F tier. He's got to go at F tier. I don't think he actually does. I actually don't think he's got to go F tier because I think we're going to see some cards that simply put are just worse. And again, I'm not, saying Gary should be ran, but we are going to see some cards that are going to be worse. So I think Gary Payton's got to go D tier. He's not that bad. I'm going to move Paul George up, and I'm going to move Dr. J back up. I think I'm going to. I think I have to. Magic Johnson up next. He's good. A tier probably. I don't like this, though, because I got Magic Johnson on the same tier as Jokic, and Jokic is better. So I think what I got to do is put Jokic at S tier, I think is ultimately what I got to do. And again, I don't even like doing it, but I think ultimately that's where he does belong. So I don't know, man. This list is all over the place, but it is what it is. Got to just keep moving forward, right? Can't move backwards. Let's move forward. Invincible Melo. Fine, not that great though. I'm telling you, Invincible Melo is fine, but he isn't necessarily, in my opinion, game-breaking, game-changing good. And even like Paul George, he's going to be taller than Melo. Is he better than Melo as an overall card? I'm not necessarily going to say yes, but he definitely is taller. So, I mean, if you want to make that case, I don't think you're necessarily wrong. Put him at the same tier, I don't care. Invincible Kawhi, putting him at C tier too. People want to hate on Paul George, but love Kawhi. Make it make sense. Kawhi's SIGs didn't get updated. Why are we gassing Kawhi? It just doesn't make sense. C tier for Kawhi Leonard is the right spot in my opinion. Now, some people are going to hype Kawhi up. That's fine. I don't hate Kawhi. Again, I don't hate any of these Invincibles. GOAT Reem, he's got to go S tier. I don't even think Kareem deserves to go S tier because of how expensive he is, but he has to go S tier. If you got GOAT Reem, you've got, an S tier power forward on this game. I'm sorry if you spent all of that to get GOAT Reem, but he's got to go at S tier. There's really no questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts about it for Mr. GOAT Reem. Next up, Ron Artest. I think he is massively overrated on this game. I'm going to go D tier. I think Ron Artest is so overrated. He's fine, but I'm going D tier. Bob Pettit up next. He's not overrated. Bob Pettit is elite. I think I got to go A tier because he's not Giannis level. As much as I think Bob Pettit is good, he's not Giannis Antetokounmpo level, so we are going to go A tier. Rudy G, he's fine, but he's not game-breaking good. Is he better than Paul George, Kawhi? Maybe slightly. He's been fine, but I think Cedric Maxwell is nearly just as good as him. And I think Larry Bird is just as good as him. I'm going to go C tier with Rudy. I am. I'm sorry. Vince Carter up next. He's just too undersized. He's got Patty. I'm going to go C tier. He's fine. I think LaMelo Ball is slightly better. T-Mac at that shooting guard position is really solid. But again, I don't think he's that much better than Dr. J. He's not KD level. Maybe this is what I do. Move T-Mac to A tier and put KD at S tier. Maybe that's right because I do like T-Mac more than Dr. J. Devin Booker up next. C tier. I mean, if you got, let's say you locked in that Invincible pack, right? You open up all the super packs and you got Devin Booker. Let's say that's what you did. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't want you guys thinking Devin Booker's the best point guard in the game. He's fine, but he is C tier in my opinion. D Rose, F tier. I hate Derrick Rose on this game. He is our first F tier card. Because even a guy like Gary Payton is going to give you way more than a guy like Derrick Rose. It is that simple, that easy to understand. And I'm sorry if your point guard is Derrick Rose. But if that's your point guard, you are going to probably struggle. Next up is where things get interesting. Because I personally like GOAT MJ. I think MJ is off the charts good. But is he better than Nikola Jokic? I think it's a tough debate, a tough question. And I think it really comes down to your play style. Like I said, I think MJ for me would be better because I need a point guard that can go get a bucket. But for a lot of people, they're going to like Jokic more. I think I got to leave him at, he's got I'm putting him at S tier. I'm sorry if it makes you mad, but I am putting GOAT MJ at S tier. Look, he's got every legend badge in the game. I mean, you can't make that up. Even if you get a sellable 100 over or a 7, sellable invincible, most of them do not have every legend badge in the game. I'm putting MJ at S tier. It's what I gotta do. Kristaps Porzingis up next, A tier. Right in there with Shaq. Wherever Shaq is where KP is. It's been the same with the 100 overalls. It's gonna be the exact same with the invincible cards. Both of them are fine. You can use both of them and have success with them. I'm just saying they've got to be at that same tier. It's what I've done all year, and I'm not changing it with the invincible versions. John Havlicek, not great. D tier, I think, has got to be the right stage. He's fine, but I think D tier is right. Steph, F tier. Steph and D-Rose. I mean, you guys can have that F tier party. Neither one of you guys are actually like that bad at cards. Honestly, I can't hate that much on either one of you, but both of you are F tier. Here's where things get interesting. Because Kevin Garnett has to go S tier. He has to. KG is an absolute stud, an absolute beast on this game. Is he better than Giannis? I think probably, but he's not worth it. And so I think that's the tough part for me is like Giannis, you can go buy off the auction house. With KG, you can't. With KG, you got to spend a ridiculous amount of money. At the end of the day, though, he is S tier, and I got to move MJ down. I might have to move KG down here in a second. GOAT D-Wade. He's just too undersized. I'm going to go C tier. I like LaMelo Ball more than D-Wade. And you might be like, Ty, how are you going to have MJ at A tier, almost S tier, and D-Wade at C tier? 6'6" compared to 6'4" is a big difference. I'm telling you right now, that is a big difference. So that's kind of how it works in my mind. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. But that's how it does ultimately work in my mind. J.R. Smith up next. C tier, maybe even D tier. Because I'm thinking like, I think I like Vince. And I like, I don't know. I think JR might have to go to D tier. I'm putting him at D tier. I might be wrong on JR, but I just don't see it with the card. His release, I don't think is that great. I mean, I'm putting him at D tier. I don't see it with J.R. Smith. If you love J.R. Smith, do what you got to do. But part of my hate for J.R. Smith is the fact that he's an event card too. And so it's just really hard for me to get high on him. Paul Pierce up next. I mean, he's fine. But again, an event card that's way overpriced. Is he better than Melo? No. I'm putting all these cards at C tier. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I like Dr. J more than him. Is that right? I don't know if I do, though. I don't know. Is Dr. J better than Rudy and Melo? I don't know, man. I feel like all these shooting guards are like the same. Dave Cowens is really solid. But he's not that crazy. I mean, I think B tier probably, but he's not that crazy. Okay, who is my favorite here? I don't know. I genuinely don't know who I like most at C tier, so they're all going to stay the same. Kevin McHale's a stud, A tier. I don't care. I'm not taking any Kevin McHale slander. I've got the card. He plays for me. He's elite for me. Kevin McHale has to go at A tier. GOAT D-Rob. People hate on the Patty Oscar. Get over it. The card is S tier. If you can't shoot with that, I don't know what to tell you. I can't shoot with it, but I don't know what to tell myself. D-Rob does enough to go at S tier, so he's got to be there. Luka up next. I mean, Luka is really good. All the doubts you had about Luka really got solved. Because, I mean, if you pull up Luka Doncic here, and I'll do it for the sake of this video quick, and look at the Invincible, all of the problems that he has got solved, right? AI, Pro 2, Garland, Francis, like, he's got everything. Now, with that being said, how high can you go with him? I think that's a separate discussion. I like him, but he is only 6'6", so he has to go at that B tier. But he is really solid. Clay is better than Luka. And so here's where things get crazy. Because I think as far as 6'6" Invincible cards, I like Clay more than probably any other point guard on this list. Outside of, you know, the GOAT MJ, who is obviously a GOAT card in which, you know, things get a little different. But for me, it's just tough because, again, how does he compare to Jokic and Bron? I think that's, you know, the really tough part here. Maybe I got to move some guys down, but I feel like if I move Magic down, then I got to move Bron down. And so I'm going to leave Clay at B tier. But just know, Clay is probably my favorite point guard at B tier. So just kind of know that, understand that. I like Clay. It's just his size that is the reason he can't go higher. I like it, but his size holds him back slightly. Blake Griffin, last certainly not least. I think B tier is right. He just really didn't get that much better than the 100 overall. Obviously, stat badge-wise got slightly better. But other than that, like, the cards are eerily similar. So, I mean, that's where I'm at with him. If you want to hype up Blake Griffin, by all means, do it. But to me, I've got him at B tier. I don't even know if I like this list. But I also, and maybe you guys won't agree, I feel like this is a hard tier list to do. I genuinely do. Because how do you separate these cards? I think it is so tough to do. So, if you guys hate on this tier list, that's fine. But again, I think it's so tough to hate on any of these cards because they are all really solid. I just personally don't like Ron Artest. Anybody that is C tier or higher are cards that I don't mind. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, if you're running Kawhi Leonard or Paul George, I don't mind any of those cards. It just comes down to, at some stage, you got to separate cards. And, you know, I, separated them in this way, and you guys can separate them in your own way. But this is where I'm at with cards in my opinion right now. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Who was I too high on, too low on? Let me know. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.